Shalom, y'all. It's gonna be a quick video. This video gonna be about dealing with eczema. I know it's some brothers out there and some sisters that's dealing with eczema, and there's some parents that got children with eczema, and it's a real hard on the children, you know. So I'm gonna talk about eczema, and hopefully this video could help some people and help some children. Yes, a lot of us got eczema because it's in the curses, it's in Deuteronomy, and it come from not keeping the dietary law and not eating right and things like that. And when you get off those unclean foods, then a lot of times your eczema will clear up and it'll be more manageable and you could deal with it. So I'm gonna talk about things that inflame eczema. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not a doctor. I got eczema. Sometimes it get bad when I forget about things that make it worse. And then it just get out of hand like a snowball effect. So one thing you got to understand is your skin got a protective barrier on it. It got an acid layer, and then it got a protective barrier of skin. It's like your epidermis, like. And once your protective barrier is compromised, then your eczema could just get out of hand. Anything you eat can inflame it. Well, certain things that's very common that you eat regularly will inflame it. Now, I'm going to tell you about a little bit about my story. When I first woke up, I stopped drinking cow's milk. I stopped eating a lot of cheeses because a lot of cheeses got pork in it, porcine enzymes. And I stopped eating eggs because eggs used to mess with my eczema. And then, within the past couple years, I'll say a year or two before the pandemic hit, I started eating eggs again and eating some cheeses. And sometimes my eczema would come back, like every now and then, but it would never get out of hand. But just recently, past month or two, it got out of hand. And I learned some things by it getting out of hand, so I'm going to share it with y'all. I'm going to tell you some things that inflame eczema that you didn't know. I'm going to tell you right now, garlic will inflame your eczema, and it will make it worse. It'll make a little outbreak really, really bad because garlic is acidic, and it'll help eat away the protective layer of your skin, and it'll dry out. Once your protective layer gone, the moisture just leaves. The moisture will leave your body. It's hard to stay moisturized. You be putting lotion on all day. Garlic will aggravate your eczema really bad. Black pepper, any kind of pepper, black pepper, white pepper, cayenne pepper, bell pepper, anything spicy like that will inflame your eczema. Even paprika. So when you got a bad outbreak, or your child, got a bad outbreak, you got to cut the garlic salt out. You got to cut the garlic powder out. You got to cut the onion powder out. Onions will aggravate your eczema too. You got to cut the onion powder out. You got to cut the paprika out. the black pepper, the chili powder, the cayenne pepper. You got to cut all that out. And if you can't season your food without that, you just can't cook. You know me, I do my thing with a little rosemary, some thyme, oregano, a little salt, you know what I mean, some coriander, some cumin, and I'm good. I don't need all that all the time. But I'm just letting you know that, when you're giving them little kids that got eczema, them little children that got eczema, when you're giving them that garlic powder and the black pepper all on the fried chicken and everything, that's making it worse for them. It's making it worse for them. I'm really, I've been a little kid with eczema, wondering why me, and itching a lot and kids teasing you and stuff like that. So this basically what the video for. I really hope this could help some parents, add some relief to their children. And I know there's some brothers and sisters out there that's dealing with eczema that just don't know why it just won't go away. And I'm just telling you right now, it's all that garlic powder and garlic salt and seasoning salt and paprika and onion powder and black pepper. It's all of that. On top of that, chocolate will aggravate it too, especially that fake chocolate. They putting blood up in there, but it's sometimes vinegar bother it too, so no pickles, no balsamic vinegar, you just got to and one thing that's really, really good that'll help rebuild your protective barrier on your skin is get you some apple pectin. Apple pectin powder. They got it in the pill form, and they got it in the powder form. Food grade, because it's used for baking. That's really good. I use that. Make your little child some little oatmeal. Put like a teaspoon of that apple pectin powder in there, and stir it up, and let them eat that, and then that'll help rebuild their protective layer on their skin, because you got to have them eating apples, man. Red apples. If you got eczema, you got to keep red apples in your diet, man, so you could get that apple pectin. But if you can't eat it, or you don't eat them all the time, get you a little apple pectin. Now I'm gonna tell you, when you could take it orally too, but if you put a teaspoon of apple pectin in your mouth, it's finna turn into gel. It's like peanut. It's gonna turn into like peanut butter. It's gonna get stuck all on the top of your mouth. It's real irritating. If you try to put it in the back of your mouth, you could choke. All right, you could choke. It's gonna get on your mouth. Soon as it get wet, it start thickening. It's a thickening agent. It's used in baking. It's used in making jams and making things thick. So be careful when you're trying to take some apple pectin powder orally. If you can, put it in the water first and let it turn into like peanut butter. It's gonna turn thick, and then swallow the little chunk or whatever. Swallow the little chunk. Do it like that, or wrap it up in something and chew it up, like a piece of cheese or a piece of lunch meat. Wrap it up in something that you could just swallow outright. If you just put the powder in your mouth, it's gonna take about 5-10 minutes before it's dissolved in your mouth. It's irritating, and it could be a choking hazard. So be careful with that. Now, let me see. I think that's all. That's all the info I got. A good thing you take a bath, when your eczema break out, put your little water in the bath, put some little Epsom salt in there, you know, and when you get out, don't rub dry. Pat your body dry, and then put some oil on, and then put some like Vaseline over the oil. You want to avoid lotions with alcohol in it. But that that Eucerin, or is it Aveeno? I think it's Aveeno. One of them got like a 48-hour lotion or a 72-hour lotion. That worked pretty good. So you probably want to look into that. And stay away from the unclean foods. And avoid them spices. I called out. Them spices is gonna aggravate your eczema. I know my people love the garlic and the garlic powder and the onion powder and the paprika, but you're gonna have to take a break. You're gonna have to take a break. And drink a lot of water. You gotta stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Excuse me. That's all I got for y'all today. Excuse me. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope this been helpful. Like this video, share it with some people so it could help them. There's a lot of people affected by eczema. So like and share, help your neighbor out. And I'll get back with y'all another time, man. I know the truth, and I'm gonna keep learning it for the rest of my life. Shalom.